there, good looking. Welcome to my self-proclaimed best leg workout for women over 40. You are going to love this workout. And listen, if you are part of my Fit in 15 challenge, welcome to day 3, baby cakes. Woohoo! I'm so proud of you. Now, if you're not a part of the challenge, hey, get in on the next one. All you have to do are 2 things. The first, subscribe to the channel. And then the second, the most important thing so that I can notify you when I run another challenge is to click the notification bell after you subscribe. All right? Awesome. So if you haven't already done so, let's do those 2 things right now while I chat about what the heck you need for this workout. Now listen, for this workout, you need a chair, all right? And ideally one with a backing to it, in addition to 1 dumbbell. Whatever size is up to you and your fitness level. Beginners, I want you to grab a light dumbbell, intermediate, a moderate dumbbell, and you advanced people, I want you to grab yourself a heavy. Deal? Awesome. All right. Grab your gear, let's go get warmed up. Hello there. Hey, welcome. Welcome to my living room. I'm PJ from fitnesswithpj.com, and I help women over the age of 40 reclaim the tush as well as many other muscles of their 20s. Now listen, I have been a fitness coach, personal trainer for 25 years. I am 50 years old myself, and that's why I started this channel. So I am so happy you hopped on with me. Now, I want you to put your tools off to your side. We need to get ourselves warmed up, and as we warm up, I'm going to chat about my self-proclaimed best workout for women over the age of 40. Yes? Awesome. Okay, let's start down on the ground. See, I'm already batting 1,000 with this workout, huh? We get to lie down. Now, what we need to do are warm up the glutes, okay? So let's get the heels in towards the bum, feet hip width apart, arms down by your side, but lift the hands off the ground. Push your heels into the ground and lift your glutes up for me. Don't flare the rib cage and slowly lower. Beautiful. Let's continue doing that. As I said, waking up the glutes for the workout. Now, just a heads up, my dog is just sitting just off camera, so chances are very slim he's going to stay there. So he may make an appearance. Hopefully he won't be too disruptive, but as you most likely know, because you probably have a dog too, it is really hard to judge what a dog is going to do. Last 4, especially a puppy. 3, 2, 1 more. 1, awesome. Now come into a standing position. Let's get the feet out, shoulder width apart, toes turned out, abs engaged. Drop the bum down, knees track with toes, then come up and squeeze the glutes. We have 10 of those, yeah? Perfect, 10. Squeeze it up. See, my shirt even says, I just want to lift weights and hang out with my dog. Should add an S at the end for me. I have 2 dogs. I cut it because it came really long, but I think I cut a little too short. Lesson learned. Last 3, 2, 1 more for me. 1, all right, now inhale, bring the arms up, extend the spine, push the hips towards me, exhale, fold forward, fingertips underneath the toes. Now drop the hips down. Please keep those heels on the ground. Place the elbows on the inside of the knees and press the knees out a bit and just kind of rock side to side on this. So if you're unable to keep the heels on the ground and drop the bum this low, then you go down as low as you can while you're still able to keep the heels on the ground. And now press through the heels and drive up. Beautiful, let's do that again. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, fingers under toes, drop the booty, elbows inside knees, push the knees out, wiggle it side to side. This is a deep hip opener here so that we are ready for our lunge and squat patterns. Drive up. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Fingers under toes, drop the booty, press the knees out. Excellent. And drive on up. Alternating reverse lunge. Add the arms for me. They come beside the ears. Push the thumbs behind you, back back knee coming down to the floor, front knee lines up with the ankle, and then that back shoulder and hip are aligned, so don't lean forward with your lunge pattern. Now, how far you go down is dependent on two things, strength and how the knees are feeling today. So if the knees aren't really feeling this, take a look. I'm keeping that back leg fairly straight, getting that dynamic stretch in the quad and hip flexor, which is what we're aiming for in this, all right, without aggravating the knees. Last 4, 3, 2, one more. 1, beautiful. Now side to side lunge, get the outer hip and inner thigh engaged. Step out with the right, hand comes across, push the bum back, step out with the other side. So when we perform a side lunge, keep yourself squared to me. Don't twist your body towards that leg stepping out. Push your bum back, and then you're hinging from the hip, so there's nothing happening in your low back. As for the knees, I find the knees, even if you have sensitive knees, seem to be all right with side lunges. However, if they're not for you, right, you take it down as low as it feels best for you. It's your workout, girl. You do you. Last 4. 1 more each side. Excellent. Single leg hamstring kick. Take the leg out in hip extension, arm extended, and kick out for 8. Keep the leg as straight as you can. 7, 6, 5. Feel that dynamic length happening in the back of the thighs there. 1 more. Other leg, start an extension, go, kick. Last 2, and 1, shake it out. All right, we should be warm and ready to go. We need our chair for our first exercise and that dumbbell. Okay, now on this first one, actually a couch would work well. In addition, if you have a Bosu ball, you could also place your back foot up on a Bosu ball or the back of your coffee table, if it's sturdy, okay? If it's IKEA, maybe not. Sorry, IKEA. We've got a Bulgarian lunge, 3 rounds each leg. Now, if you do have sensitive knees, okay, so this is if lunges do not work for your knees, I'll show you what you'll do instead. You'll do a 1-leg squat with a bit of a help if you need to by kickstanding the non-weight bearing leg. So this is only if you can't join us in the exercise we're about to do. We put all the weight into whatever leg you decide you want to start with. Push your bum back, sit down into your chair. This other leg is kickstand there to help you up a bit. You may need it to give you some assistance on the way up. When we switch legs, you switch legs, okay? I'll always show options in my workouts for the common offenders that can aggravate us, like lunges, planks, push-ups, that idea, burpees. Okay, now for the rest of us, let's start with the left leg on the ground. Right leg back up on your chair, Bosu, couch, whatever you decide, with or without the dumbbell, totally up to you. And we're gonna take it down, take a look, down, and drive up and straighten that front leg, okay? Now, if you wanna tuck your back toe under behind you or have the laces resting on your chair like I do, totally up to you and your comfort. So let's get set up. Back leg up, or you're maybe doing the 1-legged squats. Dumbbell in hand. You can get rid of the dumbbell anytime though, but let's try starting with it. And chest lifted. Now, down, drive up, straighten that front leg. Breathe. So we have 30 seconds on the clock, so less reps, okay? We're thinking more quality of movement here. Holding on to the dumbbell, we can hold it to here as well, but adding more resistance to this so it becomes more of a strength-based move so that we really target into the glutes and thighs to strengthen those areas. Time, other leg. So like I said, 30 seconds, it's gonna go by fast, so if you can keep that dumbbell for the full set, please do. We wanna work strength here. Ready, go. Down, push through the heel, straighten that front leg completely. So let's see if we can get between 10 to 15 reps. burning now. Time. So I got 11 reps in. So here we go. Round 2. Get yourself set up. Get your balance by staring at something stationary in front of you. Don't look around. Your body will follow. Oh boy. Time. Whew. It's my stronger side. I got 2 more reps in, so now I've got to match the rep count on this side. Go. You want this front leg far enough forward so that the knee's not jutting way past the toe. You can keep the heel on the ground. And then straighten that leg as you press yourself up with each rep. Woo! All right, 1 more each leg. I know this is brutal, but it's good for us. Trust me. Ready? Go. Oh boy. Time. Whew. Okay. Last leg, then we move on. Ready? Get that balance. Get set. Go. Keep those shoulder blades pinched together. Don't lose your form. We're almost there, you guys. Time. Woo. Nicely done. Woo. Shake those legs out. We're moving on. So that was a knee dominant leg exercise. Now we'll move on to a hip dominant leg exercise. We need that dumbbell and chair again. We're changing the time though. 45 seconds. We're gonna go a little longer. 2 rounds on this guy. So this is a single leg deadlift, but I want you to hold on to the chair because I find that people really weeble wobble, myself included a lot, on this movement. And while that's good for our balance, I really want to target the hamstrings and glutes. So let's hold on to the chair. Now let me show you what this looks like. Whatever dumbbell I'm holding in my hand, that leg will lift up. My working leg will stay slightly bent. My hand has a light grip to whatever I'm holding on to for balance. I have a neutral spine, and we have a slight bend of that knee throughout the exercise. So a couple of things that could go wrong on form here is 1, you could really round the shoulder, so don't allow that to happen. And 2, you could rotate up. So keep that core engaged, hips pointed down, shoulders pulled back. Deal? Awesome. I knew I'd enjoy working with you. All right, here we go. Round 1, grab that dumbbell, get yourself set up. Remember, whatever hand that dumbbell is in, we lift that leg up, okay? Ready, set, and go. Now we also want to pull the belly button in towards the spine. Recruit those deep abdominals called the transverse to give stability to the spine, in particular the low back. Softness in that working leg. You want to feel it behind the thigh and into the glutes. Now, if this gets too much at any time, get rid of the dumbbell. You will still feel this with no weight. I promise. that burns. Time. All right. Switch legs. All right, now softness in that other leg we're gonna work. Again, get rid of the dumbbell if you're having any pain too as well into the low back or the glutes. So if you've had a history of low back pain, this might not work for you, so get rid of the dumbbell. Let's work learning hip hinge first and recruiting the hamstrings, and then add intensity and resistance as you get stronger. Push through that heel. Try to lift that back heel up to where you guess time is level with the ground. All right, one more of each. Stabilizing leg soft. Here we go, lift that back leg up and come on up. Slow and controlled with the movement. Again, I want you to really focus on getting those hamstrings and glutes involved. Time. Okay, last leg here, and then we move on. Abs engaged, yes, good job. Here we go, go. Back heel lifts up, back leg level to the ground, shoulders squared, gaze is straight ahead. Time. All right, small sip of water. We're moving on. We're going to flush the legs out now with a Tabata of squat jumps. It's going to be awesome. Okay, I'm going to change the timer. We want to use our chair again. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, 8 rounds is what a Tabata is. I'll show you the move. We sit our bum back so it touches or grazes the bench and back up again. Okay, low impact, come off of the heels, onto the toes only. Great little move to keep challenging the balance too on that. You ready? Of course you are. Let's get going. Round 1 of 8. Set, go. So sit all the way down, keep the chest lifted. When you land, land soft. So having the chair here may make you squat a bit deeper. Wink, wink. Time. March it on the spot a little bit. Don't go anywhere, remember, I said 8 rounds. Here we go, number 2, go. Good, keep your collarbone facing front, head up, and your bum just kisses the bench. You don't hang out there for too long, okay? Time, whew, march it out. Sweating now. Get ready, number 3, go. Keep smiling, come on. Time. Whew. Moving on to number 4. Here we go. Go. And you've got the option too to alternate between a heel lift and then the next one to jump. I just want you to push the envelope for you, okay? So don't get into a autopilot mode here. Let's go. Time. Halfway. In between in those 10 seconds, keep moving those feet for me. Here we go, number 5, go. Now when you squat, you want those knees tracking with your toes too. Take a look. So what I'll see quite often, especially with women, because our hips tend to be wide, is our knees drive in. Don't do that. Keep it strong. Go. Last 3. This doesn't seem fair, does it? Squat, jump to bad in the middle of a leg workout. Whew. It's okay, we'll feel good, we'll feel real good when we're done. March it out. Last 2. It's just getting there that sucks. Here we go, ready? Down. Remember, if it were easy, everybody would have a fitness YouTube channel, okay? Instead of half the world, the full world would have one. Time. One more. There's a lot of fitness YouTube channels. Holy cow. Ready? This is it, you guys. Let's go. Come on. It's our last one. Let's try and get a couple more squats in. Come on. 20 seconds. Let's go. Thighs are burning. Yes. They're not going to explode, I promise. Time. Woohoo. Okay, I want you to walk it out, okay? Heart rate's going a mile a minute. Grab some water if you want it. Position your chair so you've got some room to lie in front of it. But before we do that, we need to get the heart rates down just a touch. So grab a sip of water, march it on the spot, walk around your living room, wherever your workout is. I have a glass today because have you looked at the health of your water bottle lately? Oh, yeah. I looked inside my water bottle. Yeah, it was disgusting. How could I have not seen this green shit all inside my water bottle until today? So anyways, it's being disinfected and cleaned as we speak. Gross. Just thought I'd share. Okay, crew, enough sharing. Let's get back to leg torture. All right, we have 30 seconds now on the clock. We're using the chair once again. Or you know what? A couch would work really amazing too with this series. So we have a frog bridge, followed by a semi-bent leg bridge to hit more hammies, followed by a glute med plank motion. 3 rounds. So let's get set up. If you don't know what any of them are, perfect. Ignorance is bliss. So let's start with the frog. We want to keep our legs open, insoles of the feet close together, sides of the feet resting on the side of your chair. From this position, you're going to lift the booty up and slowly lower. Yes? Perfect. So let's get set up. Keep those knees opened. Feel the movement in the glutes. Ready, set, go. Now I'm not going to let my bum fully rest on the mat. If you need a break, you do that in between reps. Otherwise, I want you to keep some sort of constant tension in the glutes and just let the bum kiss your ground and boom, back up again. Keep those knees open. Keep that booty squeezed. 30 seconds will go by quick, don't worry. Time. All right, now push yourself back a bit because we just want a slightly bent knee on this movement. Okay, so just a slightly bent knee. Dig your heels into your chair and lift and squeeze the booty up, and same thing. Just let it hit the mat or ground and boom, back up again. So the straighter the leg in a bridge pattern, the more hamstrings you're going to recruit. When the timer goes, I want you to come into a side plank. Time. Knees are bent for me, resting on the ground, elbow underneath the shoulder. Now lift your top leg up and keep it elevated. Lift your hip up, lift the leg up a bit higher, and then lower down, but keep that hip up. Now to modify, you keep that leg down and do the side drops here. Otherwise, we want to keep the glute med activated as we lift and lower. Constant tension in that outer hip. Whew. Feel that top leg? Yep. Time. Whew. This is going to be real special now that it's going to be the main mover here. Here we go. Elbow under shoulder, important. Stay on the knees. Lift the leg up and lower. So this is the last movement of this circuit. Okay, we go back to frogs when the timer goes. Ho, ho, ho. I know this is brutal on the outer hips, but so good for us. These guys tend to be weak in a lot of us, causing issues to the knees, hips, and low back. So not on my watch. Time. All right, I'll pause the timer as we get set up. Okay, so we start with the frogs. Now, if you don't like your feet elevated with the frogs, you can definitely head down onto the mat and the insoles will touch on that one. Otherwise, join us. Feet up, ready, set, go. Whoa, what was that? Something just dropped. I have no idea what that was. I don't know if you heard that. Time. Here we go. Knees slightly bent. Ready and go. Something just exploded in my kitchen. I hope it wasn't my water bottle. Bella, what was going on over there? I wonder if it was my water bottle. The green things in the water bottle are alive, trying to escape. Ew. Time. All right. Side plank. My other dog, Bella, she's over there. She just wants outside now. It was really loud on my end. I don't know if you heard it on your end. Here we go. And then something went shooting behind the camera down the towards the front door. We'll investigate it after. Oh boy. Hello, side hips. Did I tell you that this is 3 rounds? Okay, now I did. Time. Whew. Okay. So elbow under shoulder. Ready? Up and down. Again, modify by keeping the leg down. Don't lift it. Time. Whew. Okay, last set, best set, okay? Frogs. Whew. Here we go. Open up the knees. Oh, these poor hips of ours. And we're still not done after this series, sorry. Ready? That was so motivating, wasn't it? And go. The workout's still gonna keep sucking. We're not done yet. No, we are almost done. And again, it's that sense of accomplishment when we do it, right? When things are challenging and we get it done. Oh, that's how you live fearlessly. Time. Holy smokes. Okay, fairly straight legs, so we just want a slight bend in the knees. That's it. Ready? Lift up and lower. Really digging the heels into your chair or couch or whatever you're using for an elevated surface. Squeeze the tush on the way up. Feel it in those hamstrings. Those long muscles behind the thigh. Good. Time. All right, those side planks. Here we go. So you want the elbow under the shoulder, knees on top of each other. Ready? And lift. I tell you, give me weighted lunges any day. This sucker's the hard one. And especially so, because it's near the end of the workout, so these hips have already worked hard. Time. All right, here we go. Other side. Elbow under shoulder, knees stacked. Lift the top leg if you can, and then lift the hips up. We grab a quick little water after this, and then we just have one more movement to do. That's it, I promise. And then I'll stretch out and you can continue on with your day. Time. Whew. Oh, that burns. All right, grab a sip of water. We just need our heavy dumbbell or whatever dumbbell you have for our last exercise. Okay, I had to push pause on the camera because I had to investigate what the bang was. It was my water bottle. It's this effervescence cleaner that I was using, and I guess the bubbles were too much and I had too much water in it that it literally popped the top of my water bottle off, made a little indentation in the roof, and then shot across the living room and in beside the door there. Oh my goodness, that is funny. I'm gonna go on to the website of that water bottle cleaner place and ask them if that's normal stuff. Okay, here we go. We have a side lunge to curtsy. So, as I said at the beginning when we first started warming up and doing the lunge patterns, you go as deep as it feels good for your knee. But this is what we'll do. We'll take a single leg, so let's start with the right, do a side lunge like we did in warm-up, feet together, and then take that right leg and step back into a curtsy lunge for more glute and hip. Good times, eh? All right, we have 2 rounds of 40 seconds and then we're done. Ready? Chest lifted, with or without a dumbbell though. If you're a beginner, you might want to get rid of it. I get it. My legs are shaking too. So let's start with that side lunge. Keep yourself squared to me. Push your hips back. Now feet together. Now step across the midline of the body and see if you can get the knee all the way to the ground, okay, on that curtsy lunge. Timer goes, other leg. That is crazy about my water bottle. Not sure how to explain the little hole in the roof we now have to my husband. Oh God, that's a first for me. Wasn't even anything fun. Like, I could understand time. Champagne bottle, that would be fun, right? As the cork pops up. Here we go, side lunge, other leg, go. Now step across the midline of the body. Oh my goodness. So I wanted a little finisher for our legs. If you've been in my workouts before, you know I love little finishers, essentially just to finish off everything we just trained. Yeah, and I think this little combo definitely does it for everything we just worked. Time. All right, one more of each. So, get your dumbbell close to your body, abs engaged, go, second set. Bells, that's enough. My one dog, Bella, is very vocal. Time. My other one, George, is just stunned. Sorry, George. I meant that in a loving way. Go. Last leg. I'm really surprised he hasn't jumped off the bench and come over here yet. I'm tempting fate now, aren't I? Having said that. This is it, last 40 seconds. Then I absolutely promise we will stretch out these hips. Time. Woo! Great job at home. Hey, grab a sip of water. Let's use our chair for our stretches, okay? So let's pull that out if you put it away. Whew. Nicely done. Okay. So let's start with a hip flexor stretch. So one leg on, other leg out. Walk it behind you. Get that knee and hip aligned, okay? Squeeze that back glute so we really get a good release of that hip flexor. And if you don't have a chair to do this on, or if you just don't want to do it on a chair, you can do it here, okay? Back knee on the ground. Otherwise, join me. Inhale the arm up and lean away from that hip we're stretching. So just lean from the upper body, don't lean into the chair. So you're not doing this, okay? What you're trying to do is extend through the rib and hip area. Let's do the other side. Again, you just want the one back of thigh on your bench. Back knee and hip align. Inhale the arm straight up. Exhale a little lean away from that back hip. Getting into the psoas group. And again, fire up that back glute and it's going to give you more of a release into that hip flexor. Release. Have a seat. Take the right ankle, cross it over the left thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Pull towards that front thigh or front shin. This ankle and knee are in one line that's on the ground, and say hello to that right glute and hip. Whew. So why did I self-proclaim this as the best leg workout for women over the age of 40? While we're stretching, let me explain the programming that went behind this workout. First off, what do we tend to lose the most as we get older? Other than our minds. Our balance, our ability to move our body and keep it stable in space. So the Bulgarian lunges helped us do that, train the balance, while also focusing on training the muscles in the thighs and the hips and the stabilizers in the knees. The deadlift, well, what happens with us as we age is we tend to be overworked in some areas and underworked in others. One area that tends to be underworked are our glutes and our hamstrings. So this is why for the deadlift, I opted, instead of training balance, which we did with the Bulgarian lunge, to kind of have a little assistance with balance, but then use the dumbbell and use the one-legged positioning to really get into the hammies and glutes, which, as I said, tend to atrophy. Let's do the other leg as we age. Then we moved into a full series on the ground with bridging patterns, straight leg, bent knee, and then into the glute med. Because what happens too, as we age, unfortunately, is we do tend to build up in these guys in the quads, because we use the quads for walking, running, biking, a lot of everyday activities. But what atrophies, what gets weaker, are stabilizers, our assisting groups, like the glute med, our outer hip muscles. Now that can cause a ton of problems, but the biggest one is this guy here, our outer hip muscles, help dictate our knee tracking. So if you've ever been to physio for knee problems, the first thing they'll do is test your glute med strength, because they want to know whether or not you need to strengthen this area. And 9 out of 10 times we do. So that's what that whole series did. And then we finished all that fun with a side lunge to curtsy pattern. Now I love that move, because what happens too, as we get older, we tend to stay in one plane of motion, forward and back, forward and back. We don't move the limbs through the sagittal plane and the transverse plane, which is what that side lunge and curtsy lunge does. So that, my friend, is why I think this is the best workout for people over the age of 40. Let's take the feet apart for me. Bum just on the edge of your seat. Let yourself drop right down. Let the head drop. Get a good stretch into the low back. So I have been a personal trainer, certified, certifiable too, for 25 years. I have made it my career to find out what the best training programs are for people over the age of 40. Hands on the top of the thighs, round yourself up, final stretch into the hamstrings. When I started this at 25, why did I focus on over 40 people? You want to know the absolute truth? Is purely due to money reasons. Back when I started personal trainers were more of a luxury item. And it was the baby boomers, those over 40, that could afford it, and that then also could justify to themselves spending the money on their health. Because as we get older, we put our health a lot more higher. I never wanted to work with athletes. I never wanted to work with young kids. It's just not my thing. It's not where my schooling, it's not the extra courses I take, the extra, the people that I follow. I like focusing on over 40 body. And then the closer I got to 40, the more I wanted to learn. Let's do the other leg. And that is why I started training over 40 people as soon as I got certified as a personal trainer, and I have made a career out of it for 25 years now. And release. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad you hopped on. Now before you take off, first, if you could find it in your hearts to help us keep this channel running, we could use your support on Patreon. The information's down in the description, but for as little as $3 a month, you can help us keep these workouts going. So I would really appreciate any support you can provide. And then finally, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that I can keep working with you. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Mwah! I gotta go repair the ceiling in my kitchen now. Bye.